Today is October 29th, 2024, 10 a.m. in the morning, Tuesday morning. It's fall time. The trees outside, the leaves are yellow, and some of them, they have fallen to the ground, and some are still intact. The fall is a time, it's at between fall and spring, and it's the time of the renewal, right? The old goes away, and the new leaves start to grow by springtime. I don't know, I didn't really think through it before. There are so many other nicer way of saying it. It was just as I looked outside to the window, looking at the yellow leaves and the ground, the trees. Just made me think of that. I've been going through a lot of different emotions, and but that is life, right? That is life. I just have to keep pushing through it, and I spoke to my mom this morning after a couple of weeks, and that was very, very nice. I talked to her about my friend and my friend's mom making soup for me when I was sick, and she felt so good and thankful, and she told me to tell my friend's mom that they're sisters. They have never seen each other. Excuse me. And my mom can't speak English, so they can't speak to each other, but it's that human connection that a person can have with another human. It's just, it's a very nice, overwhelming feeling that makes you think how we all, as human beings, are interconnected. How the energy and frequency and all of that can connect people, even if they have never met, they have never seen each other. My mom was so thankful. So I let my friend know and her mom know via text that what my mom said about them, and it was so nice. In our busy lives, as we are chasing the next thing, we forget about these little things, the importance of these things. But in the long run in life, these are what that really matters, right? We part of happiness is about the people surrounding us, how caring and loving they are with us, and also how we care for them. Through it all, we just have to remember to trust the path that we are in. Trust God, trust universe, trust yourself, whatever you believe in. And at times when things are challenging in many different ways and you're going through many different emotions, you just have to remember that you have been through some of it before, maybe not exactly the same, and life turned out okay, and life will again turn out okay. It's I was listening to a Tony Robbins video, I don't know, yesterday, a couple days ago, where a couple other ones too, to motivate myself about some things. And it's the emotions and the challenges that we go through. It is our own fight against ourselves. It's just two sides of it, right? That one that wants to lift you up, do big things, inspire the world, and the other that will tell you, will pull you down, you're not good enough, you're not, but remind you the failures. But you have to go above that and remind yourself that it does not control you. You are bigger than this. You can do the things you want in life. You can inspire people. You can inspire yourself. You can inspire your kids, your friends, and do the great things in life. You have done it before. We can be our biggest cheerleader. Someone says it. I think it might be Tony Robbins who says it. That these days I used to speak to my mom once every week, but lately with a lot of things going on, I'm talking to her almost once in 2 weeks. And also there's a time difference challenge. Sometimes if I want to speak to her after a certain time, by then she goes to bed, because in India right now, here it's 10 o'clock in India right now, it's 7:30 p.m. However, this weekend when time change happens in India, it will be 8:30 p.m. And because in India there's no time change and it happens only here. And my mom, at her age, she has some knee pain, and a lot of it comes with old age, and she hasn't had the knee surgery that a lot of people do it here, so she goes to bed early. I still do the gratitude practice that's been helping me, like the 3 new gratitude every day. So today my biggest gratitude is I was able to speak to my mom for a while. You know, there are people in the world who have lost their moms. Even at my age, they lost their moms. And I'm grateful that I can make this video, and I'm grateful that there are people in my life that they care about me and I care about them, deeply care about them. I think off camera I'll do a little mindfulness practice, listen to some meditation videos, and I may go to the gym today. I'm not really very sure. We'll see. Even if I don't, I think I'll end up doing some exercise at home because I do want it to make it a habit. And what was that quote that I used in my Toastmaster speech? I think Jim Rohn said it, if I remember it right, is that motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what gets you going. I have to remind that to myself every day because I start sometimes, different things. But then I don't continue. I have to make things a habit for it to work out the best way possible. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, my video is a little different today, but that's what life is all about, right? I might sound a little less energetic. That's life. But I still want to make the video, and I want to capture this moment after I talked to my mom this morning, and I'm so grateful for that. She has been a huge inspiration in my life in so many ways, because my dad died in stroke when I was 6 years old. I had my older brothers, sisters, and my mom in her life. She endured through so much. I cannot imagine how she might have done it. So I guess when life gets hard, I just have to remind myself of my mom. And yeah, sometime in our life, inspiration can come from places that we don't always think about. And a lot of it is in our subconscious. We just have to realize it, right? Because what is the saying that they say? I don't know, like free advice doesn't count or something like that. That's a weird way of saying it, but the point is that also in India there's a saying that if you eat chicken at home, it's like a regular food, but when you have it at a restaurant, it's better. The point is that you know, we get all this inspiration from Tony Robbins and other big people, and don't get me wrong, it is very inspiring, but sometimes we have people in our lives, we see them so up close and the stories are ingrained in us, but we don't see it the way we see those big people. But the endurance, the resilience that we see in the people we know, sometimes that can inspire us. So look around the people you have in your life. It could be somebody in your family, somebody you know as a friend, friends of friend. You know the story, you know the person, and you can draw inspiration from them. My mom in her life has always been a great reminder for me in so many ways, for so many things. Sometimes it's funny and weird that I can't even explain to her much because so I speak 3 different languages. My own language, which is called Bengali, and Hindi, which is Indian national language, and sometimes people may confuse Hindi and Hindu. Hindu is the religion and Hindi is the language, and I know it's very confusing. I will be confused too if I was not an Indian. Anyway, I just wanted to make the differentiation of the word in English, of course. So past 19 years in this country, as I have gotten so accustomed to speaking English, so my Bengali has deteriorated a lot. So now, and that's how our brain is. It's like a language that I grew up speaking nonstop until, I went to college and then I came here. Until my college, I was speaking nonstop that language, but now a lot of the words I forgot, and I had to kind of think about it when I speak to my mom in my own language, Bengali. I have the English words keep coming, and it's because, that's what is in my head. It's because I'm always talking in English. So I can't even explain to my mom the profound impact that she has in my life in such a good way. But I know from the energy and from the emotion, she understands and she loves me so much. I feel so grateful. I think that's one of the things that I learned from her, like how to love Alice, my daughter. Is that unconditional love. People talk about it, but when you feel it, I have seen my mom in person last year after 10 years. And I don't know if I'll see her again or when or at all. But that is life. I'm grateful. Grateful for so many things. Okay. I think today's talk might be a little emotional, but that is life, right? You might see me in the afternoon. I'm back at normal swing. I don't know. But sometimes it is okay to feel emotion the way you are experiencing life, and that is part of the reason also I make this video to capture the real life, capture the raw emotions, and it is okay, right? Sometimes when we are in our 20s or in teens, and we don't know what's right, what's wrong, and am I feeling more sad than the other people, or something like that could come to your mind. But if anybody watches these videos who are younger, I know my channel name is Midlife Mindfulness, but if you're younger, if you watch this, just know that it is normal, even for older people, to feel differently, to feel all the emotions. Sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're sad, and sometimes we're indifferent, sometimes we don't know how we are feeling, but that is life. And these are the times that can also help us to enjoy the good times more, because we feel the difference. Because imagine if you're always feeling like, same, you won't feel the difference of the good and bad, how it feels inside. And it's good to feel good, it's good to feel bad, because then you see the difference, how your mind peak and valley, right? How the peaks feel like and how the valleys feel like. Because then when you are striving for something and eventually when you get it, it's more fun that way. And as life progresses, don't be afraid of the unknown. And that's what yesterday I made a video about it, the excitement. Because if you look back in your life, last 5 years, 10 years, whenever, there were challenging times and there were excitement, right? And think of those excitement, because when we my hair is a little funny, when you think of the way the unknowns have unfolded in your life, there are a lot of exciting things that happen too. So normally when we look at the future, we don't focus on the excitement. We just think about what could go wrong. Think about the things that what can go right? What can go right? Because there are things that we have not thought of, and that went right, that gave us happiness, that was something better than we expected that happened. So remind yourself of those. And then life is a mixed bag of things, and there is no guarantee that there won't be any challenges in life. There will be challenges. At the same time, there will be a lot of good in life. Just have that positive viewpoints, and every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Any growth that happened in your life and in my life, and that happened all from challenging moments. If you think of it, at your personal life or professional life, the growth came from when things were uncomfortable. Whenever we are in that comfort zone, it's good to be in the comfort zone sometimes, because you don't always want to push yourself to the edge, because then life will become crazy. But the comfort zone, that zone, you want to push through a little bit, because then you can experience more enjoyment in life. So the comfort zone can get bigger as you try new things, open to new ideas and new things that you try. Because it's almost like like Alice, my daughter, she wouldn't try new things when it comes to food, and she knows that. But like, unless you try, how do you know you'll like it? And sometimes it's like a challenge to get her to try new veggies, but then sometimes she would try something and she'd like it, and then I would remind her, see, you don't try. So until you try, you never really know. There might be things you have never done. And I say that to myself too, things that I have never done, I should try, and who knows, I might really like it. And that's the thing. So the comfort zone can, can increase. Then you can experience a lot of new things in life and grow from that, learn from that. And not only that, you can teach others, people around you, friends, family, co-workers, and life can become more joyful and enriching from those experiences, right? Because one thing that we all people crave for is newness. We get bored with the same life, right? Almost everybody. That's why people watch movies or, look for entertainment, or if you think of social media, or for me, travel is a big thing that I want to travel more is because of that newness, right? We all crave for that newness, whatever that new is. And I really, really love like good talks, like meaning I watch TED Talks a lot. And of course, there's motivational speakers like Tony Robbins and others. I watch a lot Michelle Obama's speech. I love those good speeches. Anyway, it's all about it's something that stimulates our mind, something that 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 feels like we are growing, we are learning. That is so important. Some people will say that they have growth mindset. Some people will say that they don't. But everybody has growth mindset. It's like focused on what. That's the key. It's like growing in which sense, in which direction. People are growing and learning. Nobody is being still right at where they are. It's just different things. Anyway, I know today I talked about a lot of different things, but that's what this is. This is a journaling, right? The morning videos that I make is journaling. I kind of pour out what's in my mind. And today, I guess, those are the things that were coming to my mind. And I talk about my progress, and yes, I do think I'm making progress in many ways, and I'm grateful that I'm continuing in this path of making progress. Late last year, when I started the journey, I wanted to transform myself in many ways, and from different aspects. If I look at it, if somebody told me late last year where I was and where I am now, this is how it's gonna unfold, I probably wouldn't have completely believed, because that's the thing about looking at it in a way that unknown can bring a lot of excitement, and I'll be honest, I did not look at it with excitement, and it took me a long time to pass through the toughest times. Now, even though here and there I might be not feeling at the peak, but I learned how to pick myself up from that valley to the peak much quickly. So Tony Robbins has one of the very good rule that he does not allow himself to be in the valley for more than 90 seconds. He says it a little differently, but the point is that for him, of course, he's like he's way out there, but he also says that when he initially something would make him upset, that probably was 4 hours, 4 days or something, and then eventually he got to that 90 seconds. Now very few things takes more than 90 seconds for him to dwell in that. His point is life is short. Don't dwell on the valley for too long because you're just losing time. And that's a key I try to remember. For me, of course, it's a lot more than 90 seconds, but the point is, how he would say, like a recipe, have a recipe that will pull you up, from the valley to the peak. And every time you don't have to get to the top of the peak, but as long as you're not going down, you're kind of figuring out a way to keep moving upwards, doing positive, uplifting things, and that's what matters. And Jim Rohn was Tony Robbins' original mentor first, and then of course Tony Robbins became bigger than Jim Rohn. So Jim Rohn says this: you are the blend of 5 people you spend most of your time with. You are the blend of 5 people you spend most of your time with. And Tony Robbins says it a little differently. He says that you are like the person you spend most of your time with, and both are true. Because 5 people, of course, you get influenced by a little from different people. It could be your boss, it could be your partner, it could be your closest friends and kids. But whoever you spend the majority of your time, you will be influenced by them the most. And the interesting concept in that is also that you can be influenced by a person the most who you have never met. So I'll pick the example of Tony Robbins. In your life, it could be somebody else, like whoever you admire and you like learning from, and you keep watching their videos every day to learn. Let's say if I were to watch Tony Robbins' video an hour every day, 30 days later I would be a different person, because I am learning constantly from Tony Robbins videos, and I will get influenced, especially when they are so influential. So I've never met him, but I can be influenced by that. So that's a point to think about, that whoever we admire, whoever we want to be like, they say you want to be the best version of you, but at the same time we want to learn and grow. How do we get to the best version? And there's a thing that they say, I think it's Dale Carnegie book, we move towards what moves us. We move towards what moves us. So all of this messages, generations to generations, starting from the religious books to all the self-help industry, the messages are same. It's the point is like whose message resonate with you the most, and what message moves us. Resonating means, that's what resonating means, that when somebody says something, the thing inside us that kind of lights up, like it's that light bulb moment, right? Aha moment. I'm like, oh my god. But the messages are there all along, right? All the religion, more or less, the messages are same: be kind, be compassionate towards your neighbor and anybody you meet, and all of that is no religion tells you to be mean to anybody. Everybody says be nice to everybody, and cultivate peace, joy, harmony, all of that thing. Be patient. So it's just what resonates with us the most, and then when we keep focusing on that more, that grows within us, right? And Tony also says focus equals feeling. A couple days ago I was watching that video, and that's what also I'm trying to keep in my mind. Yesterday also I did that. Whatever we are focusing on, that grows, and that creates the feeling inside of us, right? So If you want to feel good, focus on the things that make you feel good. It's all comes down to the focus and the attention that we're giving to at the moment. There is something from the past, from present, from the future. Living in the present moment is, of course, the greatest thing. But even if you're looking at something in the past or the future, which sometimes you may not be able to control your mind to not go there, but if it goes to a place where it makes you feel good, because you can feel good thinking something about the future, you can feel good by thinking something from the past, but it all comes down to what you are focusing on from the past, what you are focusing on in the future. Because as we all know, as much as we want to be in the present moment, we can't always be. It's good to practice that, but focus is the ultimate key. Focus on the things you want in life, and focus. That's how the law of attraction, manifestation, all the things that they talk about is like, think of the things what you want, not the things you don't want, right? So this is also for myself to remember that. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow morning, unless I make other videos later in the day.